the state working for the state or nonprofit organizations. Many nonprofits work collaboratively to lobby the legislators for additional dollars and support. That's a huge role. I know many nonprofit organizations have what they call policy specialists or legislative liaisons, where they look at bringing in dollars. Because really, in reality, all the nonprofits that provide direct services to those individuals, whether it's employment services or housing services or what have you, they get the dollars from the state. So they have to advocate for more funding. So recently I did a 5%, they did a 5% campaign recently where all the nonprofits got together to advocate for that change with the legislature. So there's a huge role in that. So you need to figure out who's in your area to get in contact with. Yeah. Great, sure. Anything else? Yes.
Would your office take an intern to assist with policy change?
Well, yeah, Carrie just mentioned that too. I would definitely try to explore that to see. I do know that there's many state agencies do have interns, but we haven't actually explored that opportunity for us, but I would welcome that opportunity myself. So I will check in and see if we can do that. Yeah, definitely. And see what's required to get that done. I gave you just a quick overview of Olmsted. Do you feel that, do you have a grasp of how this will impact your work, what you're currently interested in? And I'm assuming that you want to become peer counselors, yes, or addiction counselors, true? Am I correct in that assumption? I can talk a little bit about VR, if you like. I just want to be a growth, there will be a growth in this area because they've already looked and calculated the numbers of people that are moving out of segregated settings, especially DTNHs, so there'll be an explosion shortly of people looking for jobs out in the community, which requires that, yes?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I hear that there might be extra funding for state offices to hire a person to specialize in WIOA and Olmsted work. Is that true? So be adding additional people.
Don't quote me, because that's my understanding. Yes, they have to look at how to address that need specifically. Yes. So there will be a growth in that area because we are challenged. We're challenging people to provide opportunities to people with disabilities out in the community. But their needs really, there's a huge scope of needs for support of employment and extended employment and so on. So different services that people will need to become successful. Not only that, but to become a resource to other businesses out there in the community. So yeah, things are changing. I think that will be a huge growth and employment become a huge shift compared to it used to be, a huge focus on human services. I've noticed in the past year a shift towards employment. So
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
yes, anything else? Any more questions?
Oh, I just had a quick question. If an internship opportunity were to become available, would the students have direct contact with an individual with a disability, because that's part of their requirement? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they would.
Okay.
We do, one big part of our office is the community engagement portion. Now, we can't, how do I say, just come up with a plan and goals without having any input from people. So, for example, we have heard and finally approved our new community engagement work group, and we'll be working with them regularly to look at how we can do a better job of exchanging information between the state agencies as well as the community. Now, Secondly, we're working very closely with state agencies to make sure that they are engaging appropriately with people with disabilities. So yes, we're also trying to bring in more people with disabilities too, and that's an example of that work. We also do a lot of training across the state of Olmsted 101s in the community with families and individuals with disabilities as well, different agencies too and organizations. That's really probably half of what I've been doing for the past year. And then we're working with other state agencies directly. Yes, I would agree, yes. I think answer your question, yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a question.
You said a lot of good things that came out of the Jensen settlement. You know, I mean, for instance, the Olmsted Act. But there are some very challenging things as well. The Minnesota Security Hospital, for instance. Does Olmsted, are you involved in that at this point?
Okay, when the settlement happened, it was under DHS. It was a two-part settlement. One was the issue they had to rectify the hospital issues, and the secondly was the Olmsted plan. Now, for the past 2 years, we have been separated to, DHS has been focusing primarily on the Jensen class members in the hospital situation. We're focusing on those issues, whereas we are focusing on the Olmsted plan itself. Even though it's the result of the same lawsuit, yes, we report to the judge. Even Judge Frank requires what we call a status update, status conference. We have that twice a year. So it used to be with both the Justice Settlement and us, but now they've kept us separate, so they allow us to really keep our focus on transforming the system within the state, while they have a lot of challenges yet and a lot of things to fix with their problems regarding the hospital. Yeah. Yes.
With the community engagement of Olmsted, I know for my personal family and friends, the community of my family and friends, sometimes they get fearful about being around people with disabilities because they don't know how to engage with them, possibly offending them, or just, you know, they're just fearful. And so in this process of community engagement, is there training about like how do people engage well with people with disabilities so that they're more comfortable?
That's excellent. Wow, that's an excellent point. That is not something that we have been doing, but certainly I hope other organizations are. For example, Advocating for Change, that's an organization of self-advocates. They do a lot of that. They go out in the community, like bullying programs they talk about. They also do a lot of theater work, trying to educate the community of how to interact. So there are many other organizations that work collaboratively with them and do the same type of work. But yes, we need more of that, obviously. We need more of that. But we don't have a goal in there written in the plan regarding that specifically. That would be an excellent recommendation. If you would send that to me, we can share that with our team to look at that and possibly add it to a new strategy to do some training of people how to engage and interact. I'm just hoping that with all these organizations involved, you know, the media is a huge role in that as well. I'm sure you've seen the TV show Speechless. Have you seen that show? Anybody? No? Where have you been? No, it's on Wednesday night. I think it's Wednesday night, so 7:30. It's a comedy, but really, it makes a tremendous impact on educating the public about disabilities. But it's a family.
What was it called?
Speechless.
Minnie Driver is the lead
That's a great
actress.
show.
She's the mom, and the son has cerebral palsy and he's in a wheelchair and he's nonverbal, so he uses a communication board. But you know, it pokes fun at the people's ignorance out there about disabilities, And at the same time, it educates them. If you have a chance, you should watch that. And check it out on the internet, and you'll see some past episodes. But I can laugh every time because, you know, I can relate to some of the things that they've gone through with interpreters, for example. So yeah, if you have a chance to look at that. And that type of thing is a positive to hopefully it'll get out there and people will be less fearful about people with disabilities. I think with our, you know, presidential race and debates right now, you know, it's sad that we have one candidate likes to poke fun at people with disabilities, but it also raises some awareness as well about what is appropriate or not appropriate. So more of that is welcome. At the same time, we're hoping we can capture that opportunity to educate the public, yeah. So hopefully you will get out there and do some education yourself. Anything else? Any more questions? Is there other areas you want me to expand on?
No, that was all.
That was good, it was very good.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Then feel free to contact our office. Feel free. Yeah, I'm happy to give you any information that you need. Okay?
Do you have cards today?
Is that,
I do.
Thank you. Does anybody here
is
want to
that
pick up a
her
card and
information?
contact her? All right.
That's how
Oh, it's
I've
on the
been contacted.
PowerPoint.
That's how I've been contacted.
All right, let's give, we'll leave this to turn around with your hand. Okay, thank you.
I think I was giving the card away,
Is that
so.
how you do it?
Yes, I do have,
Have some pie.
a one sheet.
that?
Have
But
some
I only
pumpkin
have
pie.
one copy, so if you want to
I'd
make
love to. I got it
copies, it's regarding employment
Take
first.
these to go.
If anybody's interested, are you interested with employment first?
No,
Everybody know
I
about
can't.
that?
I gotta run. I gotta go to
Your contact
I
is
gotta
on
go
here
to,
also.
Thank you.
a senior citizen meeting at the Alamo.
Senior citizen?
You're not a senior citizen.
So
I go there to feel young.
Oh, okay.
Do you want, sorry.
Do you really go there?
Huh?
Why do you go there then?
Because I know some people there and because I go there to
Thank
feel
you very
young.
much.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, you do what you need to do.
Yeah, well, it works for me.
Email me if you didn't hear anything.